$3.99. Thousands of gifts guaranteed to appraise for double. The Jewelry Exchange Bethesda.
Let's go, Jackson, we gotta go.
Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, gunfire at the mall, panicked shoppers running for cover when shots ring out.
Come on, he's doing.
What police say led to the chaos.
Emotional reunion. Kidnapped teen Jamie Kloss reunited with loved ones. This morning, the new details about the 13-year-old's amazing escape, held captive for 88 days.
It was like seeing a ghost.
Plus, what we're learning about her alleged abductor.
Dangerous storm, whiteout conditions in the Midwest, treacherous roads, crashes, spinouts, 3 people killed. 50 million Americans under alert from the Rockies to the East Coast.
Record shutdown, the partial government closure, now the longest in history, 22 days and no end in sight. Struggling families sharing their stories, trying to get by as the money runs out.
And caught on camera, police shooting, an officer accidentally firing on his partner. What led up to this terrifying moment and how the officer is doing this morning.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning. Dan is off, but we are very happy to have Adrienne Bankert with us this morning. We'll have more on Jamie Kloss's emotional reunion as she starts to recover from an unimaginable ordeal.
Yeah, Kloss reunited with family members and her beloved dog. The 13-year-old kidnapped, held captive for 88 days. This morning, we're learning new details about the teen's amazing escape, as well as the suspect accused of murdering her parents and abducting her.
But we begin with breaking news. Pandemonium overnight at a mall in New Jersey. Shoppers running to escape gunshots. 2 people hurt. ABC's Ariel Reshef is here with more. Ariel?
Good morning, guys. Moments of chaos at that New Jersey mall as shots rang out. The frantic aftermath, as you see here, caught on cell phone video.
We gotta go, let's go.
Panic at a busy New Jersey mall Friday night after gunfire erupted, leaving 2 people shot.
Come on, he's doing.
The mayhem caught on cell phone video. Shoppers seen desperately running for the exits as Jersey City police and canine units evacuate the building.
Counters flying over, shoes, boxes. This is insane.
This man separated from his son amid the confusion.
He's still stuck actually now in the cold, so I'm waiting for the police to get him out.
Police say it started as a fight between 2 men.
We got the first call in for a fist fight on the food court. Subsequently, 3 calls came in for shots fired.
2 people hospitalized with gunshot wounds.
One of them said he got shot. He collapsed, so I started taking care of him. And the other guy who got shot in the stomach, he didn't even really know he got shot.
Authorities now combing through mall surveillance video to figure out if the shooter is on the run.
At this point, we're not clear whether the shooter has been apprehended or he's one of the victims.
Now, officials say they did not fire any shots in this. At last check, the victims are in critical condition. Officers, guys, not ruling out the possibility of gang violence here.
Wow. I mean, even though this started with a fight, still terrifying, though.
People innocent at the mall shopping, and this happens.
Hearing the gunshots. Ariel Reshef, thanks so much. We do want to turn now to the brave 13-year-old girl reunited with family after a harrowing 88-day ordeal. Jamie Kloss getting hugs from her aunt and love from her dog. She hadn't been seen in 3 months.
And we're learning more about the man suspected of killing her parents and abducting her, including how he allegedly tried to avoid leaving any evidence behind. ABC's Alex Perez joins us from Barron, Wisconsin. Alex?
Hey, good morning, Adrienne. This is the first time in 3 months that Jamie is waking up next to her family. Her captor is behind bars, and authorities now trying to figure out why he targeted her.
The sheriff come to my house and he was smiling and he had the best news ever.
This morning, 13-year-old Jamie Kloss is finally reuniting with her family 88 days after she vanished from her home where her parents were both brutally murdered.
Give her that big hug that I haven't had for 88 days.
70 miles from where she first disappeared, Jamie stumbling upon Jeannie Nutter Thursday.
She was crying and said, "I need help. I don't know where I am. I'm lost. Please help me." And she said, "I'm Jamie." And then I'm this close to her, so I knew it was Jamie.
Jamie appearing disheveled, thin, with no coat.
She had somebody else's shoes on that were too big for her. She was just wearing like black sweats or leggings and a baggy sweatshirt, and that was it.
Nutter rushing to a neighbor's house to call 911.
It was like seeing a ghost. I mean, it took my breath away, you know. And it's kind of hard for me to wrap my mind around it.
Klaus described her kidnapper and his car. Minutes later, officers taking this man, Jake Patterson, into custody, an unemployed 21-year-old with no criminal record.
The suspect taking great efforts to minimize his forensic footprint at the crime scene, like shaving his head not to leave hair behind.
Investigators think Patterson first shot Jamie's parents at their home in the middle of the night last October, then kidnapped her. Her disappearance sparking wall-to-wall coverage, a major manhunt, and thousands of leads. Now, Jamie safe at home with family and a furry friend.
This is her dog, Molly. Yep, she's going to be so excited to see her.
And authorities believe the suspect was trying to find Jamie when he was apprehended. He's facing murder and kidnapping charges and due in court on Monday. Eva?
All right, thanks, Alex. Joining us now also from Wisconsin is Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. First, how is Jamie doing?
Well, I haven't been able to see her yet. She was reunited with her family yesterday. We didn't want to bother that reunion, so we're letting that happen today. But I plan on stopping there today and getting a hug myself.
At this point, as far as the investigation goes, do we know yet why her alleged abductor, Jake Patterson, targeted Jamie? Is there any connection, any clue as to how he picked her?
No, there's no connection at all between Patterson and the Klaus family that we can discover at this time. So we don't know. That's the million-dollar question that our team behind us is combing through, looking at evidence, serving search warrants, and we're still at the scene in Gordon and doing interviews back here in Barron.
She was missing for 88 days. That is a very long time. What do we know at this point about how she was able to escape? Can you walk us through how that happened?
Yeah, I haven't been briefed by our team because they're still up in Gordon, but he left the residence to go do something. I'm not been briefed on that, but she escaped, leaving the house, finding a lady walking the dog who immediately went to the next house and they called 911.
And as far as the latest on this investigation, kind of where do you go from here? Are you looking at other people who may have helped her or helped him? Like, how was he able to hide her for 88 days and keep this secret?
Yeah, no, he is our only suspect. We're not looking for anybody else. We believe he acted alone on the night of the incident back in October by shooting the parents and kidnapping Jamie. And again, how he was able to do that, we're going back. Jamie was able to talk with us yesterday, our investigative team. So all we care about right now is she's with her family, the bad guy's in jail, and we can move forward with a conviction in this case in the future.
Yeah, it is very fortunate that she was able to get out and get home. Thank you so much for joining us, Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald from Barron County, Wisconsin.
Such a bizarre story.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about this is the best case scenario for her to be found safe, but certainly so many questions after almost 90 days in captivity.
And the community never gave up.
Right, and
either.
how brave she had to have been to say, okay, this is my moment to be able to escape and get out.
Yeah, that window of opportunity. Well, now to a major winter storm. It's slamming the Midwest overnight.
Yeah, that winter blast causing havoc on the roads, now making its way east. ABC's Stephanie Ramos live in St. Louis this morning where they're getting hit hard. Stephanie, good morning.
Whit, good morning. You're absolutely right. This is a big storm, and it is headed east, centered right here in St. Louis. And you can see the streets are deserted right now, but last night cars were jammed on the roads and highways, needing some major help from first responders. Overnight, the Midwest getting slammed by a major winter storm, dumping more than 10 inches of snow and killing at least 3 people. In St. Louis, cars and tractor trailers slipping and sliding. vehicles needing a push to get back on the roads. This is the on-ramp to the interstate. They've just helped a car around that bend, each car having a really difficult time. Watch as these drivers work together, jumping on the back of a pickup truck to help pull out this tanker that's stuck. Parts of Interstate 44 closed. Crashes making it difficult for first responders. This ambulance got stuck and needed to be towed away. Near Kansas City, this truck flipped over on Interstate 70. Debris everywhere. And in Colombia, 80 people were on board this American Airlines plane when it partially slid off the tarmac at the Columbia Regional Airport. No one was injured, but that runway is now closed. Here in downtown St. Louis, 8 inches of snow has already fallen. The snowfall really close to breaking records here. Eva.
All right, thank you, Stephanie Ramos. Get inside and warm up. Let's go to Rob now with more on this storm and where it's headed next. And I have a feeling it's headed this direction.
It is, and the snow is far from over in St. Louis. Just a little bit of a pause there. But look at this. We got rain to the south, but an expansive system to the north. Kansas City through Indianapolis along I-70. That's a 500-mile stretch, and then it goes beyond that. St. Louis coming in through I-44, a period of that interstate shut down this morning because of all the heavy weather. And now winter storm warning is extended through Cincinnati and getting D.C. into the act. So let's time it out and go through it, what we expect this storm to do. Again, basically an I-70 storm, but the snow's increased through St. Louis and Indianapolis throughout the day today, getting in through Cincinnati, just south of Columbus, then getting over top of the mountains tonight and tomorrow. D.C., Roanoke, you're going to get some snow out of this. Baltimore, a couple of 3 inches here, and then maybe dusting as we go up towards New York City. And this kind of hangs around throughout the day tomorrow. We'll break this down a little bit more throughout the program. Over to you.
Yeah, that dusting not sounding so bad, at least for this area. We'll take it, Rob, and talk soon. Meanwhile, now to the headline overnight involving President Trump and the FBI. The New York Times reporting the Bureau opened an inquiry into whether the president was secretly working on behalf of Russia. ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri joins us this morning with much more. Tara, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. That's right. The New York Times has a bombshell new report saying that the FBI opened a counterintelligence investigation into the president of the United States to see if he was a national security threat working on behalf of the Russians against American interests. Now, according to this report, the FBI was unsure if the president was even knowingly acting on behalf of the Russians. At the time, former FBI Director James Comey was overseeing the FBI's investigation into campaign collusion. Special counsel Robert Mueller has since taken over that case, but in addition, he's been investigating whether the president obstructed justice by firing Comey to end the investigation. But this new report suggests that the FBI was concerned that the president fired Comey on behalf of the Russians. Just days after the firing, Trump referred to Comey as a nut job in a private meeting with the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in the Oval Office. He also added that firing him would relieve pressure from the White House. Now, the president has just responded in a tweet to all of this saying, wow, just learned in the failing New York Times that the corrupt former leaders of the FBI, almost all fired or forced to leave the agency for some bad reasons, opened up an investigation on me for no reason and with no proof after I fired Lion James Comey, a total sleaze. So as we can see, the president is fired up this morning about this new report. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about that from him. Guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Tara. We appreciate you. Now to what's just become the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. 22 days, those 800,000 federal employees starting to feel the pinch, about a third of them missing their first paycheck on Friday.
ABC's Lana Zach is on Capitol Hill with how government workers and many other average Americans are already struggling because of this shutdown, with the president and Democrats digging in. Good morning, Lana.
Good morning to you all. You know, President Trump says that he has the support of federal workers, but not everyone agrees. The National Air Traffic Controllers Association is now suing the Trump administration. It's the third union to do so. And several prominent Republicans are also speaking out against the possibility that the president could use emergency funds to shut down the shutdown.
This morning, President Trump weighing a plan to declare a national emergency to bypass Congress and build a wall with disaster relief funds.
I'd rather not do it because this is something that Congress should easily do.
Negotiations between the president and Congress breaking down beyond repair. Earlier this week, Democrats say the president walked out of their meeting.
A temper tantrum by the president. I'm a mother of 5, grandmother of 9. I know a temper tantrum when I see one.
and many federal employees now beyond frustrated. Chris Ratchford was already struggling to make ends meet after his baby, Harper, was born premature at 26 weeks. After missing his paycheck from the IRS on Friday, this young family says they don't know what to do.
I think I cried for the first 3 days of it because I knew we were already so behind.
On Facebook, federal workers sharing pictures of their empty pay stubs. While across the country, there's a growing number of rallies and protests, like this one in North Carolina on Friday. And even among supporters of President Trump, the shutdown is taking its toll.
I really can't do anything. I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place.
Kevin Servine had planned to sell his Minnesota business, but the Small Business Administration is not processing loans now because of the shutdown.
I don't believe a wall should be getting in the way of working class people trying to take care of their family.
And if the shutdown stretches on, many of those federal workers without a paycheck may be asked to cut their own check to help keep their insurance premiums up to date. Whit?
All right, Lana Zach in Washington for us. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Want to bring in now from Texas, ABC News chief political analyst Matthew Dowd. Back with us once again. It's another weekend. It's a new year. We're still talking about this shutdown, so we appreciate your insight here. President Trump continues to float this idea of an emergency declaration, potentially diverting disaster relief money to build his wall. There is bipartisan opposition to this, but now Senator Lindsey Graham from South Carolina, the Republican, is urging him to do it, saying build that wall now. At this point in the stalemate, Matt, is this the only way forward?
Well, good morning, Whit. I think that for the American public's sake, it's not. The American public right now, and as you know, I live here in Texas, the longest part on this border, the border of Mexico, where most of the wall would be built. The vast majority of the country is against the wall. The vast majority of the country blames the president for this. I don't think the national emergency, declaring a national emergency, is the way to go. I think the president can still figure out a compromise and do it with the Democrats and the Republicans. He's got a problem both now with Republicans and Democrats, but declaring a national emergency, I think, is a huge political problem for the president if he went that way.
And I want to ask you more about that. Speaking of the Republicans specifically, some are expressing concern with this emergency declaration, worried about the precedent that it could set for a future Democratic president. What if a Democrat decides to declare a national emergency on climate change or gun control or something like that? What could those political ramifications be if President Trump follows through with this threat?
That's what's really surprising about Senator Lindsey Graham advocating that the president do this. And Lindsey Graham was one of the people front and center criticizing President Obama for overreach as president and signing executive orders that he thought went way beyond where he should go. I think that if the president does this and the Republicans go along with this, it sets up an unbelievable precedent for if a Democrat takes the office, what they could do. They could do it, as you say, they could do it on any number of things. They could do it on gun control. They could do it on health care. They could do it on climate change. They could do it on a lot of things. So I think the precedent for Republicans, if they do this and go along with this, is awful for them if a Democrat wins the next race in this to the White House.
And still no clear way forward. Matthew Dowd, thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. Day 22, and also can't be lost in all this, the 800,000 employees who this Friday did not get a paycheck or got a stub that literally said $0, having a huge impact on a lot of people.
For so many families, that's just not something they can handle.
Absolutely.
Well, let's go to a silver lining right now in our reporting. Let's go to our weather and back to Rob. So it's cold outside, Rob.
Yeah, you sure about that silver lining? Because we talked about the storm in the central part of the country.
Silver lining,
Thank
Rob.
you, Whit. I appreciate that.
Nice save, man.
Tongue firmly in cheek. We've got not one, not two, not three, but 4 storms lining up in the Pacific. So we're getting very active here. And these are going through Southern California. And some of these had heavier rain, but it may have woken you up if you live in L.A. early morning with rainfall rates over a ½ an inch per hour. And we've got some reports of some debris flows in some of the burn areas here. So this is going to be an ongoing threat. This storm kicks through. The next one will come through, looks like during the day tomorrow, hitting San Francisco, getting through parts of Bakersfield, Santa Barbara, and eventually down to the south, and then another one behind that. So the combination of these several storms coming in on top of what we already had is getting to be a little bit concerning. Over 6 inches potentially in some of the hills there, and several feet of snow, certainly avalanche danger in the mountains. That's a check on what's happening in the west. Time now for a look at your local forecast.
Hello and good morning, Washington. Winter storm warnings expanded to the D.C. metro early this morning. That goes into effect this afternoon. Best chance for snow and the heaviest snow will be later on this evening and into the overnight hours. That will continue through early Sunday morning. We have snow likely, temperatures again in the lower 30s both days. How much? We're expecting 3 to 6 in the D.C. metro. See a little bit higher totals from southern Maryland towards Fredericksburg, Culpeper, 4 to 7 inches there. 2 to 4 Baltimore metro points to the north.
Hi, Silver Lining back.